concepts, and I'll try to finish fast. So if we finish all these things, right?
Yes, sir.
So do you have any questions regarding these things, Sachin? Other CAE, CA, CAD, CIM. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Nothing, right?
No doubt, sir.
Okay. So we were discussing about material master data is finished, right?
Yes, sir. This one is finished, sir.
Okay, okay. You asked about that MRP, right? That is material requirement planning 1 and
So
2,
yes,
right?
sir. Between MRP and ERP, sir.
Okay, okay. And that's MRP. See, MRP indicates MRP 1 and 2 is there as usual. You indicated in the previous class. See, MRP 1 indicates for material requirements planning, right? And MRP 2 indicates manufacturing resource planning. So there are two MRPs. One is material requirements planning. So this indicates regarding to how much materials are required, okay, to complete the what you can say the products. If I assume, okay, if you want to finish today within today like 100 products, so how much materials is required, okay? So this comes under MRP 1, that is material requirements planning, and second is MRP 2. So this MRP 2 indicates manufacturing resource planning, right, Sachin?
Yes, sir.
So this indicates manufacturing in the sense of how much machines are required, okay, for finishing the products. So how much machines are required, okay? So this comes under manufacturing resource planning. So for manufacturing a product, so how much machines are required, how much manpower is required, that is called as human source. So how much manpower is required, these other things will come under manufacturing process planning. So in manufacturing in MRP1, okay, it represent the thing of material, about only materials, okay? So how much raw materials required, so all these things will come under MRP1. MRP2 indicates manufacturing resource planning. So other than that, in MRP2, additional things are that is regarding to the accounting records. So accounting in the sense of the cost. So how much cost we are invested, okay, for buying the raw materials, okay, and how much sales has been happened for that particular month. So all this data will we can store in manufacturing resource planning. Beyond this, beyond these things, beyond the how much machinery we required, okay, all these things, beyond this we can store the data regarding to the accounting, that is regarding to the cost. So how much cost we invested, okay, for manufacturing the products, as well as the sales also, how much sales has been happened for that particular month. And in MRP2 we can do forecasting also. Means forecasting is nothing but for future. So beyond 2 months, means after 2 months, how much sales we can do. So all these things we can store in the MRP2, okay? But in MRP1 it indicates only for material requirements planning, only about only how much materials are required to manufacture the product, okay? Only that thing we will see in MRP1. But in MRP2 we will look around manufacturing, how much machines are required, okay, and additional data we can store like the accounting records, that is how much cost is, how much money has been invested for buying the raw materials, okay? Then about sales also, how much sales has been happened for the particular month. And forecasting for future also we can, for next 2 months, how much sales we can do, okay, how much raw materials, how much cost we will invest for buying the raw materials, everything we can store in MRP2. I think everyone has understood, right?
Yes, sir.
So MRP indicates it's only, we will talk about the inputs like material cost, material availability, expected demand, forecasting demand, okay? Then how much manpower is required, that's called staffing ability. Then machinery capacity. So that indicates how much machines are required to complete the task. All this comes under this MRP, okay? Next we will go for MRP1. If you come for MRP1, okay, you see here in MRP1 we will see about inventory control, okay? Inventory control, bill of materials, then after that master a production scheduling. So all these things we can see in MRP1. But if you go for MRP2, okay, you can see beyond this, you can see accounting and financial planning, forecasting demand, equipment maintenance scheduling. All these things we can see in MRP2. Okay, this is about the difference between MRP1 and MRP2. MRP2. I think Sachin, do you have doubts now?
No doubt, sir.
Then what's ERP? See, ERP is nothing but we'll use the software. ERP indicates enterprise resource planning. Okay, this ERP full name is enterprise resource planning. So we will use the software. Okay, we will use the ERP software. Okay, to develop to develop or to improve the organization. Okay, by using all this data, MRP1 and MRP2, we will use all this data. Okay, and we will take the decision according to improve the efficiency of the company. Efficiency in the sense of, okay, you should give good quality of the products. Okay, and you should manufacture according to the demand of the market. So everything will come under the efficiency. So we will store all the data in MRP1 and MRP2, and we will try to use those data, and then we will try to give efficient, and we will try to make and we will try to make the products, okay, which give high profit for the company. That indicates if you give high efficiency products or high quality products for the society, so you can get back more revenue. So this indicates ERP. So ERP, basically we will try the softwares. We'll update all the MRP and MRP2, whatever the details, whatever we have. Okay, then we will try to improve the company quality and performance. So if you improve the quality as well as performance by taking the inputs from MRP1 and MRP2, so that indicates the company will get more revenue. This is about ERP. ERP system works under MRP1 and MRP2. It will take all the data from MRP1 and MRP2, and the enterprise means enterprise to resource planning. Okay, they will plan according to taking the data from MRP1 and MRP2, and they will be trying to improve the efficiency and performance of the organization or company. So this is about ERP. I think so everyone has understood, right? Basically, to improve the ERP, that is enterprise resource planning. Okay, you want to have that MRP1 and MRP2. If you do not have the details of MRP1 and MRP2, then it will be difficult, okay, to do the ERP. This is about the MRP1 and MRP2 and ERP. So anyone has any doubt in this?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, good. So ERP is very important. Okay, to improve the efficiency and performance of the organization or a company, you want this MRP1 and MRP2. So you want to store all the data. So that is called as material master data. So you store MRP1, MRP2 data. Then we will take the information from this MRP1 and MRP2, and we will try to give a better product or a good quality product for the society, so that the company growth will be very high. If you produce good quality products, the company efficiency as well as the productivity, or if you go for performance, everything will be increased, so that the company will get more profit. So this indicates the material master data. Next we will go for product description data. So what is meant by the product description data, students? Can anyone tell me?
So is it describing like what are the specification of the product, like what metal it is made up of, or like what are the functions it performs?
Yes, good, Sachin. So this indicates product description data. As Sachin told, okay, it is nothing but the specifications of the product. If you take mobile phone as a product, so what are the specifications of what are the features they will give? So that is what are the softwares, okay, they added in the phone, whether Android or whatever it may be. So those are called specifications. If you take a product, okay, if you want to supply for the market, you should say the specifications of your product. So this indicates the product description data. So if you see in this definition, product description or an important aspect of an e-commerce business. What is called as e-commerce business, students?
Sir, like Amazon, sir.
Good. So this is an example of Amazon, Flipkart, okay, whatever the apps which are developed, okay, which the company will be using, like social apps. Amazon, see if they're see if, so if they're doing the advertisement regarding to by using the apps, so it's called as e-commerce business. That is called as they will be supplying the products through the through the application. Okay, so it means they will be describing their product, and they will be giving the description of the product. So this is the product, and these are the features, okay, what the product is having through the softwares, sorry, through the applications, through the apps. So that is called as e-commerce. A product description is used to show a product value to a potential customers on your website. So okay, that is called as value. If you want to, so if you want to say my product value is around 15,000 or 60,000 rupees, so you should give according to that value. You should give the specifications or futures. So that is very, very important. Okay, if done well, it will provide features and benefits of the product, which will influence their potential customers to purchase. So if a customer feels that your product quality is good, your product, the features or specifications are very good, rather than other competitor products, automatically the customers will take your product. So this is called as product description data. So this data modeling and data models are very important. So can anyone tell what is this data modeling and data models?
So data modeling and data models. Data modeling is basically like first in 2D software you like prepare the design. So those are the 2D models, and then you go to Autodesk or like Inventor software and prepare 3D models, and that's the modeling software. So there you get like how the product looks in 3D, and then you just like use FEM software, some other software to test it out whether it's meeting the requirements or not.
Okay, good, Sachin, good. This is regarding to our mechanical stream, but when you go for the IT industry, okay, data modeling or data models are different. So data modeling is nothing but, you can see from the definition, it is a process of creating a data model for a data to be stored in a database. I think your DBMS course in computer science, DBMS, database.
So I think it was a CS or IT, sir.
And not, so that is yes. Okay, now right now you should know all these things. What is data modeling? So data modeling, see, if you go for software also, okay, I think to store the data, whether if you go for whether if you go for design, or when you go for a manufacturing plant, okay, you should store it. You means you should store the data, right? So daily how much manufacturing the products has been finished, everything you should store a data, right, by softwares. So that is called as data modeling. So data modeling is nothing but it is a process of creating a data model for the data to be stored in a database. So basically, I told you right about the data storage. So the data modeling is nothing but data collection. So regarding to anything, if you go for mechanical industry, whether manufacturing plant or design or wherever you go, okay, or the sales of the product, wherever you go, you should store the data for a particular day, how much product has been sold. So that is called as storing the data. So whenever you want, okay, these the data like past from 6 months, if you want data, immediately you can analyze. So how you can forecast, students? See how you can do forecasting by analyzing this data storage. So they will store the data from past 6 months, and then they will forecast. Then they will try to tell, okay, after 3 months, okay, this is the sales, okay, it will happen in a company. Whatever, I think you can see your COVID cases also. By storing the data only, they will say how much. So they can predict in 2022. Okay, so this much will be affected by the COVID-19. How they will forecast? Okay, they will store the data in a software that is called as I told you number of times if you go for industry, IT industry, okay, they can store the data in a software like Apache Hadoop or Apache Spark. So these are the software they can store the data. Okay, and in that it will say for particular month how much patients has been affected by the COVID-19. So in future, by analyzing from last 6 months, okay, they will tell future. Okay, I think next 6 months, how much people will be affected by the COVID-19. So this is called as data storage. Data modeling is nothing but data storage. Okay, they will store the data and they will be predicting for future. Why they will do this data storage means, Okay, one is to analyze. Analyze means, so if a new person comes to the company, okay, you want to know about the issue, means you should know from past, I think past 2 years. If you want data, then immediately if you opens the Adobe Spark, okay, sorry, Apache Spark, immediately you can analyze. So how much sales been happened, or how much data, whatever the data, okay, you will be stored in the software. Immediately you can open and you can analyze from past 2 years how much sales has been happened, okay, how much raw materials are wasted, how much kg of raw materials we are buying for each month. So how much wastage has been happening in the company, so how I can reduce the wastage. So all these things, okay, if you store the data, then it will be easy for a new person, whoever, okay, he will come for work in the company, okay. So it will be easy for them to analyze. I think everyone is getting right.
Yes, sir.
So for that purpose, okay, they will store the data, okay. Because of that only, before 2 years, so what are the raw materials I am using from past 2 years, okay. If I use around 10 ton kg of raw material to fabricate around 500 products, example, okay, in future, okay, the CEO will tell, kindly reduce the raw material which I am using. That means reduce the wastage of the material. So a person will come, a product design engineer will come, and he will see the data from past 1 year, 2 year, how much raw materials we are using. So where the raw materials is wasting. So he will analyze first where the raw materials is wasted. Okay, then he will tell, okay, we can go for other techniques, or with other technology we can use other machines, so that we can reduce the wastage of raw materials. So this is why you want this data modeling or data storage. If you store the data, it will be helpful for your future. If you do not store the data, so it will be wasted. So if you do not store the data, what happens, okay, your designing part or whatever it may be, from past 5 years, if you do not store the data, it will be difficult to analyze for future. So only every company, okay, they will hire the data analyzer or data science engineer. I think right now there is a lot of vacancies are there regarding to the data science. Because of what is data science? So data science is nothing but storage of the data for that particular company. So if you go for IT industries, there is a big data from almost from 20 years, okay, it is not saved. So right now, so they are analyzing. So they are trying to store the data from past 15 years, so that they can predict the future. Okay, they can predict everything. So how much raw materials we can reduce, okay, from now onwards, how much sales can happen for future. So how is the design should be, whether we can change it, whether we should go for changing the design, or we should go for new product development. Everything you can analyze by storing the data. So that the data modeling and data models are very important in the IT industry as well as mechanical industry. So data modeling is nothing but storage of the data. Okay, they will try to create the data. That indicates every day whatever the process which is happening in the company. Okay, they will store those things. Okay, why? One is to save the data from past, to store the data for future purpose. And next thing is, if you store the data, you can predict for future. So today the sales has been 20 for this month, so tomorrow, next month maybe 40, then third month maybe 60. So you can predict for future. So this indicates, data modeling indicates, it is a process of creating a data model for the data to be stored in database. I think your CS subject, database, DBMS, that database management system. So that the subject indicates, or that course indicates how to store the data. So okay, you can see in that subject or course. Okay, right now in the industry, I'm telling you, for data storing, so there's a two software, that's Apache Hadoop and Apache Spark. If you go for mechanical or whatever company, these are two software they'll be using to storing the data. Okay, so you can go as a data analyst also. You can go for data analyst or data science engineer. Okay, if you want to become data analyst, if you know only these two software, it's enough. If you want to become data science engineer, then you should know machine learning. You want to know all the process from the storage of the data till the building the model or building the product. Okay, till that you want to know every software, like Apache, Adobe you want to know, Python you want to know, then you want to know the Matplotlib library, you want to know Jupyter, okay? You want to know every software, then you can become data science engineer. Data science engineer is nothing but you will try to store the data from the first, and you will try to give a new product for society at the end. So what are the software which is coming from the starting to end? So it is called as data science engineer. So if you want to become data analyst, you want to know only these two softwares. Okay, if you know Apache Hadoop and Apache Spark, any one, so you can become data analyst. That means you only your job is to store the data. I think everyone is getting right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so data science is different, data analysis is different. If you want to become data science engineer for a pure mechanical industry, if you want to go enter into the mechanical industry, you want to know all the softwares from the starting to end. If you want to become only data analyst, you want to know only two softwares. That is any one software, Apache Hadoop or Apache Spark. If you know one software, you can enter into the company. Okay, so that is, you can see here, database, that is a conceptual represent of data objects, the association between different data objects, the rules. Can you tell me what is this meaning of three? Data objects, the association between data, the different data objects, and the rules. What is the meaning of this? Can anyone?
Can you repeat the point, sir?
What is the meaning of this? Data objects, the association between different data objects, and the rules. What is the meaning of this?
So is it like communicating between different branches of the same company? Like you store the data, so you're up to date in all the branches.
Okay, good, Sachin. So data objects indicates for number of products. If you take a company, so there will be number of products will be there, right? Not only one products. So we should store all the data, right?
Yes, sir.
Regarding to everything, you should stored. So there will be, if there are 100 products in the same company, okay, you should store all the data, okay, in the software. So it will be difficult. So that is called as big data. So right now the big data analysis is nothing but storage of large information in a one software. So you see, you can use the Excel sheet also. So Excel sheet is used for only a small data. Okay. So if you want to store a big data like different 100 products, you have 100 products in a company. If you want to store everything from the design part to manufacturing department, so there will be number of data. Okay, means you should store everything in a single file or single software. So at that particular point, it will be difficult. So the data object is nothing but the products. So there will be number of products. Okay, you should store all the data, okay, in the software. You can see the association between different data objects. So you should associate. See, so if there are 100 products are there, so take one product and you save the data. Like that, you should keep on associate from 1 to 10 products are there. If example 10 products are there, so first product, okay, tell me, save about the design. So how is the design? What is the view of 3D? So everything you should store the data, right? From first product to the 10 products. Say how much sales has been happened, how much raw materials are used for manufacturing of 10 products for that month. Everything, okay, you can store one by one. Then what is the rules? Can anyone tell me? Anyone?
So like in what order you must be storing? Like assume like it's all regarding to shoes. Okay, so it's like shoes comes on a separate branch. Then like football equipment comes on a different branch, like that, sir. So it's easy for them to find out, like if you want to find like something like football accessory, so you go to football accessory. Under that you again have subdivision of data. Upon that, like if you need like what you see size, like different size of football, you can choose and get data with respect to that.
Yes, rules indicates, okay, how you will save the data. From rules indicates, see, first we cannot go directly for manufacturing saving the data. First you should go for what? The inputs which will be taken by the customers, right? That is called as the design thinking team will do. That is called as empathizing. Empathizing is nothing but taking data. So that also you should store, right? So that also is called as data, right? Which is taken by the customers. So you should store from the initial stage to final stage. So you should go according to the rules. That is, first go for empathizing state. Second, go for designing part. Third, go for analysis. After getting the results of analysis, store those data. After that, you should go for saving the actual model data. Then what you will do? So all this thing you will do virtual, right? First you will do virtual manufacturing system. So you should store all these data virtually. Then you should go for the actual manufacturing of products, right? So you should go according to the rules. Okay, you should not go. It means you should not save the manufacturing part. It means initially. So according to the rules, according to the planning, okay, you should keep on saving the data. So then it will be easy for a particular product. If you take X product, okay, if you say from the design thinking process to the end manufacturing of the product, okay, if you go according to the rules, then it will be easy for you. Okay, if you want to get information, okay, after 5 years, then immediately, okay, if you go for 2020, so if you're in 2025, if you saved the data according to the rules, okay, you can, if you want in 2025 about the product, immediately you can open and you can see, so what is the inputs given by the customers, so what was the design process, okay, actually means what it has been happened, then what it has happened in virtual manufacturing system, then how the prototype came into picture, then after that prototype, how they are done the testing, after that, okay, how they manufacture the product. I think everyone has got right. So you should follow the rules according to your process. I think everyone has understood, right? Students, can you hear me? Hello? Students, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kindly tell us, sir, no? Kindly tell us, sir, no? Okay. Then we'll go for the next thing. Data modeling helps in the visual representation of data and enforces business rules. I told you, right? So it will try to visual representation is nothing but if you want the data after 5 years, okay, immediately you can get every information. Okay, if you go for that month, you use the software, okay, and you type the month as well as the year, immediately will get all the information. If you want the X product, okay, type X product name, and immediately you will get the data regarding from the first process to the last process. So this is very important. Okay, visual representation of data and enforces business rules, then regulatory means compliances and government policies on the data. So see, after manufacturing the product, we cannot directly we can go for marketing. Okay, we should take the government we should take the government from the government approve, right? Once you take the government approve, then only we can go for giving the or supplying the product for the market. So this is very important. Then you can see data models ensure means consistency in naming conventions, default values, then semantics, security, while ensuring quality of the product. So you see, if you store the data, it will be easy for you to analyze about the quality. Okay, how much we should manufacture for the future, for about you can analyze the forecasting. So everything you can do. Okay, if you store the data. So it's very important right now. Data analysis. There's a huge job. Okay, in data analysis. Okay, if you type data analysis jobs, okay, in Google, you will get a lot of jobs availability in the MNC company. Then we'll go for the next slide. Why use data models? Okay, the primary goal of using data models are, see, whatever I told you. Okay, it's similar to this. Ensure that all data objects required by the database are accurately represented. Omission of data will lead to creation of faulty reports and produce incorrect results. So I told you. So you should save the data correctly. Okay, everything, whatever has been happened for the particular product, from the initial stage to final stage, everything you should store neatly. Otherwise, if you do not store, or if you do not see, while manufacturing, if something, if some problem is created, so you should store that also. Okay, if you do not store those data, then it will be difficult, okay, to manufacture after some. If you want to manufacture the same product after 2 years, if you not save that files, okay, if you not stored that data, okay, that is by using this machinery, okay, some default has been happening, okay, while manufacturing the product. If you do not save that data, okay, in the software, then what happens? Okay, if you go for manufacturing after 2 years or 3 years the same product, you will follow the same process, and finally you will get you will get defect in the product. So always you should remember what from the first process, from the starting stage to final stage, all the data, okay, should store neatly. So that is very important. You should not omit, or you should not leave any data, okay, while storing the data. So be careful. That is the first point. If you want to succeed in market as a company, okay, whatever the data, okay, all the data you should store for that particular product. Then only you can predict for future, and if you follow the same process, you can be succeed in the market. Okay. Then a data model helps design the database at the conceptual, physical, and logical levels. So these are the three types you have. Anyway, these three types I will discuss in the next slide. Okay, next slide, you can see about the conceptual, physical, and logical. I will explain you one by one. Then data model structures helps to define the relation tables, primary and foreign keys, and stored procedure. That is, so this indicates the procedure how you will manufacture the product. So everything, okay, you can store the data, okay, in the form of tables you can store, and primary and foreign keys, like, so like what is first, what is next, what is the first stage, what is the second stage of manufacturing your product, what is the third stage, what is the fourth, what is the fifth, okay. So you can store in a database, like a first process to step 1 to step 5, whatever it may be, okay. So you can store the data according to the manufacturer of the product. Then it provides a clear picture of the base data, and can be used by database developers to create a physical database. So I told you, so by using these data, okay, the manufacturer or employee can use all this data, and they can create a new model, or create the actual prototype. So this is very important. Storing the data like virtual. See, first we will use virtual manufacturing system. So if you store all these data, okay, in the software, the employee will use those inputs, and he can finish the task. And you can go for fifth point. It is also helpful to identify missing and redundant data. So whenever, see, example, if you're manufacturing X product, if you're not saved some data, okay. So while manufacturing the real product, you can get, if you got that data, then that data can be stored easily. So you can store the missed data. So when you go for actual manufacturing manufacture the product in the manufacturing plant, okay, whatever you missed, to store the data by the virtual manufacturing process. So those data, okay, you can store in the software, okay, when you do the product practically, okay. Then the last is, through the initial creation of data model is labor and the time consuming. In the long run, it makes your IT infrastructure upgrade and maintenance cheaper and faster. So see, if you store data, it will be easy for future purpose. So if you want to develop a same product after 5 years, so again you cannot go for customers, you cannot do this what is the design thinking phase, that is this empathizing phase, or again you should do the design thinking process or design process, that is product design engineer. You should design the product, then it should go for analysis, everything you should do. But if you store every data, okay, from past 3 years or 4 years back, then if you see the data immediately, as a design engineer, as a product design engineer, he can take the decision, and he can send the same design for manufacturing. So that is so for that purpose you want to store all the data. So it makes very easy for the IT infrastructure. So this indicates, so immediately, see, if a customer is asking a product which you manufactured 5 years back, so immediately you can open the product which you have done 5 years back, and you can see the process, whatever the data you have stored, okay. Then immediately, if you have all the data, if you have stored, immediately you can send those data to the manufacturing plant, so that he will complete the task within the given time. Means within less time he will complete the task. So here, after 5 years, again there is no need for doing the customer taking the inputs from the customers, then product design engineer. So there is no wastage of time. okay, for doing all those process. Simply take the data, store data in the software, then send those data for the employees. Immediately they will use the data and they will convert the raw material into finished product. So this is about why you want to store the data. So you want to store data because of all this purpose. So it will be helpful in the industry. Okay, if you store the data from past 5 to 10 years, so it will be helpful for the industry for predicting the future, or they can take the inputs from the stored data and they can finish the task very easily. For that purpose, you want to store the data. Next, types of data models. So anyone has any doubts in the why you want data model structure? So we will go for types of data models. In this, you can see you have three types. One is conceptual, second is logical, and third is physical. If you go for conceptual, this data model defines what the system contains. So be careful. So in conceptual, okay, you should ask, okay, what the system contains. What should be the system contents? If you're manufacturing your product, you should ask what it should contain. So what are the features I should add in this product? So that is called as conceptual. So conceptual database or data model is nothing but you should ask what are the things I should add for the system, or what are the things I should add for the product. This model is typically typically created by business stakeholders. So business stakeholders is nothing but either employees or customers. Okay, and data architect. The purpose is to organize, scope, and define business concepts and rules. So I told you, conception is nothing but okay, taking the data, the stored data, and then we should ask. So what is the system required, or what is the system contains? So we should ask about the product. So before 5 years back, so what was the design? So what was that system system is having? What are the system? What is the products features is having before 5 years? And what I should update now? That's called as conceptual. Take the old data stored from past 5 years and try to analyze. Okay, what I should add now? So this is called as conceptual. So this will be decided by the either customers and employees and data architect. I told you, right, the data storage. Who will store the data? So you will decide. So all this fellow sit, that is employees, then customers, as well as data architect, you will sit together and they will decide what we can update. What are the new things I should update in the product? Next, logical. So this defines how the system should be implemented regardless of the DBMS. I told you, database management system. Okay, so we will store all the data in the in the software. So here logical indicates how. So how I can implement this technology in this product. So that is called as how. So if you tell I will implement some new technology to the product, next thing is how we will implement. So this is logical. So logical indicates how we can implement a new technology in my product. So this is called as logical. How you will implement, how you can implement a new technology, how you can update a new technology in your product. So this is called as logical. So once you update a new technology in your product, kindly store those data. So now in 2021, you are updating a new technology to your phone. Kindly store this data for this particular month. So in 2025 or 2024, I can see what are the new technology that has been updated in the mobile phone. Okay, like Redmi or Realme, whatever you take the company. So they will be storing the data. Okay, now, okay, I will ask what is the new technology, what I can update. So that is called as conceptual. Next, logic indicates how I will update. So how I can update some new technology in my product. Okay, implement regardless of the DBMS. So you'll be having data storage system from past 5 years. Now I'm asking how I can update the new technology in my product. This model is typically created by data architects and business analysts. Okay, so this is done by the data architects. Whoever the data who is storing okay in the system, he is the main fellow, because he will give the data, okay, from past 5 years, what's happening in our company to this product. So everything, okay, you will be having the data. So you will be trying to give the data, and they will be telling. So what type of technology we can add, how we can add. Okay, you'll be sitting and you'll be analyzing. And business analysis. Okay, business analysis is nothing but who will see if example, if you take a mobile phone, so there will be lot of like the competitors will be there. Okay, the business analysis job is nothing but he will analyze about 10 companies. He will see and he will try to analyze and he will tell. So in this company, okay, this is the technology. they are adopting in Y company. Okay, this is a new technology, what they updated. So everything you will be analyzing. Finally, you will tell, okay, how we can update the new technology in our product. Okay, the purpose is to develop technical map of rules and data structures. I told you, rules is nothing but following the process. Okay, how we will follow the process. And last is physical. Physical indicates the data. This data model describes how the system will be implemented using a specific database management system. So this is very important. So in logical, we will ask how we can implement the technology, and physical indicates how we will implement the technology into my product. There, how I can implement logical, and physical indicates physical system. That indicates, okay, it will describe how I am implemented, okay, the new technology into my system or into my product. So this is called as physical. Okay, this can be used by, so this can be done by this can be done by using the data which are stored, okay, from past 5 years. That is called as database management system. This model is typically created by DBA and developers. Okay, the purpose is actual implementation of the database. So the DBA is nothing but database means analyst. Okay, DBA means the database analyst and developers. So developer is nothing but a software developer. Okay, who will develop the softwares. Okay, then the purpose is to actually implement of the database. So it will implement whatever the new technology or whatever the new apps which will be generated, or it will be updated. Okay, they will try to update in the software. Like, see, every time, okay, you can see, right, your software will be updated automatically, like 10.5 to 11, 11.5 to 12. Okay, it will be asking your phone should be updated from 10.5 Android 10.5 to 11. So that's called as the updation. So that will be done by the developer. So you'll be developing the software like 10.5 to 11. I think if you go for ANSYS version right now, you have a 20. So before last year, you were having ANSYS 19. So this is called as a software developer. Okay, you will be trying to update the software. Okay, I think you can see whatever I explained you. Okay, it's in the form of figure here. You can see the logical data modeling. It is process model and data requirements. Okay, if you take the process model, that is process is nothing but the process how you will complete the product. Okay, process models, data requirements. Okay, it will come to logical data modeling. Then you can see technical requirements, performance requirements. Okay, it is nothing but physical data modeling, and business data, that is create or update data. So business data is nothing but according to the competitors. So the competitors, how they are updating the technology, new technology in their products. So always they will try to update a new technology, right? So how you will store those data in your company. So if a X company, okay, if they adopt any new technology in their product, okay, you should also know that, okay, this is a technology what they updated in the product. So you should store that data also in your system. So that is very important. So the logical data modeling is nothing but it involves the process modeling and data implementation, and physical is nothing but how you will convert from logical to the physical. Logical indicates how we will update the technology into the product. Physical indicates, okay, physical indicates how a new technology is implemented. Logical how we can implement, and physical how you implement a new technology into your system. So it's very important. Okay, so this logical data modeling is nothing but logical data models. And next you can see once it converts from logical to physical, it will become physical data models. Then if you want to take the data from the other companies, like what are the new technologies they added, so take those updated database to your company and try to adopt or try to update those technology also in your product. So this is called as data. Okay, this is very important. Types of data models. So whatever I explained in conceptual to physical, conceptual, logical, physical. Okay, this is written in the form of sketches. So if I ask in examination about database data models, kindly mention what is data modeling or data models, why you want data model, what is the use of data model, and what are the different types of data model. Okay, if I ask for 10 marks, kindly write these three. What is data modeling, Okay, then why data models are used? What are the different types of data model? I think students, so everyone has understood, right? Last 2 slides is remaining. Anyone has any doubt in this data modeling?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, then
Sir, it's like, wow. Sir, can we like explain with respect to this, sir? One minute, sir. Previous slide, sir. Like logical, yeah, this one, sir.
yes, you
Logical
can,
data modeling is like kind of design, and then physical data modeling is kind of you're making the actual product, and updating is like you're adding new features to a particular product.
yes, you can write with respect to mechanical also.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, but this is with respect to IT industry. Right now they are following these things only. Okay, they will store the data for this thing.
So it's the same thing,
how-
sir. They are just storing the data, but we are explaining with
Yes.
respect to example. That's what I was asking.
Yes. Okay, you can explain with respect to example also. Then last 2 slides, I think within 10 minutes I can finish this. So this is life cycle of individual items. I think you know, right? This is product life cycle management. What is that? The first figure, right? First
Yes,
is
sir.
introduction stage. Before introduction stage, okay, if you take new product development, so you want to know about steps, 8 steps. Okay, 8 steps how they will how they will follow, and they will create the new model or new product. Once the new product is done, then we will supply the new product development for the market. That is called introduction stage. So introduction stage, always you should know first 2 to 3 months the company will be under loss because there will be no sales. Okay, so once the introduction stage is over, then the growth. Once the customers feels that your product is very good regarding to the quality, regarding to the price, then automatically, okay, the growth will be high. Then maturity. Okay, after maturity, decline. You know everything about the product life cycle. So this is regarding to the individual items. See, life cycle of an individual items. If you say example, I think right now which is having decline stage, the cassette, right? So I have not seen any cassette now. So before 15 20 years back, 1995 2000, so we are using the cassettes, right?
Yes, sir. Now we all have like songs on phone itself, sir.
Yes, so there is no cassettes. So that indicates the cassettes has been gone. So this is called as decline stage. And if you come for your phones, okay, your mobile phones are DVD, I think CDs, DVDs, all are eliminated now because of the pen drive, right? Phones, I think your mobile phones also, right now the mobile phones also is in maturity stage. I think you can see mobiles which is transparent, right? The foreign countries, they are fabricating the transparent mobile phones. Have you seen that?
No, sir.
By using the thin films. You not seen that, Sachin?
No, sir. I haven't, sir.
That phone, that phone has so that phone is transparent. So if you hold that, okay, so you can means it is full of transparent, like they are using the polymers, okay, polymer composites to make that phones. So it is full of transparent and it is very smooth. Okay, I think I will
So
show
one
you later.
doubt, sir, regarding that, sir.
Tell me,
Is the front and back metal both are same, sir?
yes, throughout the what you can say, throughout the material is same. Okay, they're
So
using
then, like,
polymers.
is the screen strong, sir? Like, if it falls,
No,
like,
no.
won't they be cracked?
No, so nothing will happen. I will show you. After this, I will show you. I will type in the Google. I will type in Google and I'll show you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So actually, in foreign, in China. I think China they are making those type of phones. Okay, right now. So I think phones also is in maturity. That is in the maturity stage. So right now, phones are moving fast. But I don't know. Within 2 to 3 years, okay, it can come down. The sales will be come down once that I told you, right, that transparent phone okay, comes into picture. Okay, this phone can come to decline stage. Okay, next you can go for the growth stage. I think lot of the what you can say, the children are playing the games, right, in the mobile, in the home. I think
PlayStation, VR
that's
games, yes, sir.
PlayStation. So that is called as growth stage. So I don't know about that because I will not play. So I think there are a lot of people, lot of children, they are playing the PlayStation, right? So that is in the growth stage, right? Because lot of in all maximums in Bangalore, I think 70 or 60% of people, they have taken the PlayStation, right, to play in home. So they will connect to TV and they will be playing. So right, Sachin?
Yes, sir.
So that is in growth. And if you go for the introduction stage about your TVs, right, smart TVs. So right now smart TV is coming, so you can install that Netflix or YouTube, whatever it may be. You can watch, you can see everything in the TV, right? That is 3D or 4D, whatever it may be. Okay, that is about the introduction stage. Is about your TV. You can see 4D. You can see the 4D. You can see the 3D pictures, 4D pictures, everything. So that is called introduction stage. Right now, the introduction stage is about your TV. So maturity is nothing but your phones. I think within 2 years, if that comes, if that transparent phone, okay, comes into picture, I think these phones are gone. Okay, the phones are in maturity stage. I think everyone has understood, right? Each individual product. If you take each individual product, you should analyze. So when you become an entrepreneur, okay, if you become entrepreneur, if you are selecting any product, means you should see. So whether this product is in introduction stage, or maturity stage, or decline, or growth state. Okay, growth stage. You should analyze. If you select a mobile phone as your product, kindly analyze. Okay, which stage is now mobile phone is in which stage? If you go for TVs in which stage? If you go for cassettes, so right now if you open the cassette company, what will happen? What will happen, Sachin?
Sir, they'll be selling something else, sir.
So if you open the cassettes company, so there'll be no sales. So whatever you manufacture, you should use yourself. So that is the purpose. So this is why I'm explaining this thing, is because you should know. So if you become an entrepreneur future, you should know which product I should take. Well, so when I select this product, so what is the stage, whether it is in introduction or maturity or a decline, or it's in growth stage. Okay, you should analyze yourself. Then only you should select a product. So right now, if you go for TV, it is in introduction stage. That is, you can develop a new type of TVs. Okay, like slope or curved TVs or 4D or 5D. I don't know in future what type of TVs it may come. But I'm telling you, okay, if you select a component or product, kindly see that product. What is the stage? Either it is in introductory stage or decline stage or maturity or whatever it may be. So this is about life cycle of individual items. If you select a product to manufacture in a company, kindly analyze which stage it has, either introductory stage or decline stage. And everyone has understood, right, about this?
Yes, sir.
Last is status of items. So this is nothing but inventory control. So inventory, you know what is inventory?
So inventory is the place where you store the material. It can be from raw material or from work in progress or from finished goods.
Okay, good searching. So status of items is nothing but regarding to a company, okay, inventory control. How they will control the raw materials. See, inventory is nothing but storing the excess material, okay, in the in the company. Okay. So you can see inventory means the stock of a product of a company. See, whatever the excess material, okay, or raw material which is there, okay, they will store in the inventory. So that is nothing but storing the raw materials, okay, in a place. Okay, so inventory means the stock of a product of a company and a component thereof that makes up the product. It includes the raw materials, work in progress, and finished goods. I think if you take some of the companies, okay, there'll be a lot of finished goods will be not sold, right? So that also is called as the inventory. That is, they will store the finished goods, okay, in a place. So which are not sold, okay, which are not sold in the market. Okay, it is the physical stock of the items a businesses or production organization kept in hand for the efficient running of business or its production. Okay, so there are three types of classifications. One is raw material inventory, in process inventory, indirect inventory. Can anyone tell what is this three?
So raw material inventory is basically the raw materials which you need to manufacture the product. So they'll be stored in a separate place. Like certain material have like certain temperatures they need to be stored at. Like you can give example of like food industry, sir. So certain materials they need to be stored at a very like cold state. And then the next one can be in process inventory. That is like assume like a product can undergo like has to undergo 5 processes up to it becomes a finished product. But if somewhere like in an industry like assume only machine 1 is running, so it has only undergone process 1 or process 2, and then it's stored, and then again from next day you continue like process 3, 4, and 5 on it. And then indirect inventory, I think those will be like the finished good inventory or the extra inventory that is required like for packaging and all other supplies.
Good, Sachin. So what are the Sachin told is correct. Raw material inventory is nothing but storage of only raw materials. So there is no manufacturing of products. So if you buy excess raw material, we'll store that raw materials in one place. Second is in process inventory. That is if the process if you take raw material and if you feed in first machine. Okay, if you want to finish the product, if you want 10 machineries, okay, if it is in fifth machine or sixth machine, so those items are called as those process are those what you can say raw materials are called as in process inventory. That is process is happening, so that product we will store at one place. And indirect inventory is nothing but, okay, like your petrol. So what is the petrol, okay, you used, okay, while sending your products from your place to the market. So what is the petrol, how much petrol you used, and maintenance material, how you about maintenance of your material. Then office material like your books, what you buy the books for writing something, okay. Then grease, okay, like your if you use CNC machine, okay, we should use grease, okay, to the what you call parts, okay. And oil lubricants. So what are the excess material you will take, okay, for the industry, in the industry, those are called as indirect inventory. So this indirect inventory will not depend will not come under manufacturing plant. So manufacturing of the product, indirect inventory is nothing but manufacturing of the products, okay. That includes about your petrol usage, maintenance of your product, how you will maintain your product, packaging, whatever the Sachin told, packaging of your product, grease, oil, lubricant, whatever you bring other than your raw materials, means the manufacturing products. So these are called as indirect inventory. So these are classifications of inventory. Okay, mainly inventory is nothing but uh, storage of the either machineries or raw materials, or the indirect like direct, in process, or indirect. Everything will come under the inventory. So anyone has any doubt in this?
No doubt, sir.
So this completes your fifth module. Okay. Um, if you have any doubts regarding to this fifth module, you can ask me. So anyway, I completed all the 5 modules, all the topics. So if I left any topics, kindly you can mention so that I complete that. Okay. I think I've completed everything. You can see the syllabus, and if you tell which topic are not completed, okay, you can tell me so that I will try to complete those things. So in this, everything I completed, right, Sachin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everything is completed right now. I will share the presentation to you, and the video also. Videos, I'm trying to download all the videos. Okay, I will try to upload all the videos in the Google Classroom, and I will
So
mention
you can
the
just share the link, sir. It'll be enough, sir.
link is enough.
Yes, sir. Like anyways, we need to open the link so we can download on our own later, sir. You don't need to.
No, I try to download, and I'm trying to mention the video, and there I will mention which are topics so that are covered.
So
in
you
that.
just send like a topic name, below that a link, sir. Then next another topic name with a link, sir.
Okay. Anyway, I will send those things. Okay, in today, and PPT also. I think I shared everything. Only last few topics I should share. Okay, today I will say fifth module PPT, and I'll forward you. Notes also I forward you everything. Kindly study well regarding to this subject. Sorry, course. I think you got some information in this product life cycle management, right?
Yes, sir.
Students, you got some information in this PLM. So it will be useful in your industry. Kindly read the topics. It will be useful in your industry when you go for interview. Also, it will be very useful. So I think if you go, they will ask a lot of questions regarding to your mechanics of material and PLM. Okay, all these things are very important. And if you have any doubts, okay, you can call me or you can message me anytime regarding to this course or whatever it may be. Okay, I will send you this PPT later. Right now, I thought to discuss regarding to the whatever is that. I not. Yes. Another 5 minutes I will take. Okay, and I will show you the